Sometimes you get really lucky and discover a band from the 80s or 90s or 70s that you'd never heard of before, and the magic of that discovery just makes you go, wow! But sometimes you also get the opportunity to revisit with a band that you may not have spent a lot of time with over the past few years, or in fact, that has become part of the fabric of your musical life. And for me, if as convoluted as that sounds, the band that I would like to talk to you about today is Serious Young Insects, an Australian band, part of the new wave movement of the early 80s, a band that was either never known, forgotten, or cherished by those who know. It featured Peter Farnan on guitars and vocals, Michael Vallance on bass and vocals, and Mark White on drums and vocals. And they were around for just a brief moment, but like that spark, they disappeared and went out. But they left behind a beautiful discography, and I'm pleased to say that since I've been buying records again, this is the only band of whom I have their complete discography, and that means a lot to me. So what does Serious Young Insects sound like? Well, during this video today, which is going to be a bit of a long one, I'm going to play some snippets from their songs, but also at the end, I'm going to play a audio concert that I recorded from the radio back in about 1982, which as far as I know, has never been posted on YouTube before. And I think it's dynamic and spectacular. So stay around for that if you would. So what do they sound like? I remember once playing their album to a partner of mine at the time, and she said, "Of course you love them." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "They sound just like XTC." And we're talking about the Drums and Wires Black Sea period. But, you know, early in the 80s, they did get to support XTC magazine, The Cure, and you can hear those influences all the way through their music. And yet they were still able to maintain and attain a distinctiveness all of their own. It's my feeling that if this band was English, then they'd be known all around the world today, and maybe they would never have broken up. So how good are they? Let's listen, try and beat that copyright claim, and find out. Here we go, Serious Young Insects. After paying their dues on the road and supporting those great British bands, as I mentioned before, they finally attained the interest of a major label, and it was Epic. And the Epic label released this, Serious Young Insects, Trouble Understanding Words. And there they are. There's Pete, there's Mike, there's Mark. I mean, who knows who's who. And this was done on the native tongue, the local sort of label down there. And you get the sense immediately about what this band is about. But it's a great new wave single that really sets their stall out on the pavement early. It's got modular rhythms, quirky angular guitar lines, three vocal harmonies, but it's the flip side for me, On Time, which manipulates time and really gives a sense of that XTC influence, I think, that is really my favorite. Now, you can't hear this anywhere. You've got to buy the single, and I really recommend that you do. But Trouble Understanding Words you can find on YouTube in a really good live clip from the Australian music program Countdown. And so in 1982, they released their first album, and in fact their only album, which is Housebreaking. And there you can see the house breaking apart. I really love that cover. I think it's a bit of a work of genius. And there we have the cover on the back. Now, this was produced by John French and the band. Now, John French was a stalwart and a bit of a legend on the Australian music scene for his production of Oz rock and pub rock. And so I don't know that he was probably the right person to produce this album, because it has a real slick sheen to it, and there's missing those sort of angular rhythms and those sort of harsh edges that the band would have in concert. More of that later. But still, as I said before, if this was a UK album, and I think it'd be going for big money, and a lot of people would be switched onto it. So it's an album which is all about housebreaking and the breaking up of a house and relationships and those sorts of things. And it often paints a stark and terrifying picture of the normalcy and routine of suburbia. It is lyrically a very, very dark album. Now, strangely enough, that's not how the album starts off. They lead off with the opening single, which is Faraway Places. And it's a great killer pop song. And you've got the interesting juxtaposition of the pyramids in the back in color, but in a frame on a wall, like a tourist brochure or a tourist sign or something. And there are the band in black and white, very much stuck in their role in suburbia. It's a killer single with a great vocal from Mick, and I adore Pete's scratchy rhythm playing, very much a la Andy Summers, circa Zenyatta Mondata. The build up to the final chorus is absolutely sublime. And as I said, this song is all about escape. And escape we do on the flip side for their take on the classic 60s song Music to Watch Girls Buy. And they really new wave and funkify it up. And it's just in their hands, it becomes a total delight.
The boys watch your girls, while the girls watch your boys, who watch your girls go by. Eye to eye, this all I'm making to make the scene, which is the name of the game. Watch your guy, watch your dame all over the street in town. Up and down, and over and across, romance's bars. Guys talk, girl talk, it happens everywhere. Eyes watch, girls walk, we turn it on the pair. It's keeping track of the life and watching by the makes the world around. What's that sound? Each time we're alive, collective sound. We're making music to watch girls by. Music to watch girls by.
Next up is another really cool song, and it's called Things. And Pete's chorus arpeggios and Mick's slinky bass line. I keep calling it slinky bass line, but there's that beautiful Rickenbacker sound. You know what I mean? Are the stars here. I'm not a huge fan of the chorus, though I really dig the playing of the band throughout this. And that's then further exemplified by the next song, which is called I Want Cake. And we'll be hearing something of that a bit later on, hopefully. It's really a bizarre instrumental. And check out the live version. It must have been a fave and got everybody dancing until the middle section where the time signature just goes absolutely rogue. The band's on fire here, but it's a strange placement as the third track up on this album, which I'm sure you will agree with. Then we go on to probably be the song which introduced me to the band, and it's called Parents Go Mental. It's absolutely stunning and totally dynamic, but the live version, which we'll hear later on, is a little bit faster and a little bit more dynamic. Great vocal and crazily good lyrics. Parents Go Mental. The album comes with a lyric sheet, which is absolutely beautiful, and a picture of the band. They look very happy, don't they? Anyway, inside a big house are lots of big things, and Mummy goes mental cleaning the things, and Daddy goes mental going to work, going in his car, going berserk. And the last four lines: Daddy mows the lawn very carefully. Mummy comes out to hang up the washing. Very carefully, Dad mows down Mummy. They've both gone mad. Look forward to that one a bit later. And then the last song is, we have another pop song, and again, this one's about the breakup of a relationship and what happens when people lose the ability to communicate. Another great verse feel in a minor key. Loses a little, I think, in the chorus with the major key, but still, it's a hell of a lot better than a lot of things that were around at the time. And I especially love the backing vocals in the second verse, and the arpeggios and the vocals in the final section are just to die for. Going over to side two, and we have my favorite song on the album, and it doesn't matter about live versions or anything. I think they got it absolutely right here, and it's called Be Patient, which is the second single from the album, one I picked up just recently. It offers absolutely nothing that's not already on the album, but I just had to have it because I wanted to be a serious Young Insects completionist, and 3 singles and an album is about as far as I'm going to stretch these days. Anyway, it's another song about relationship issues, but everything works absolutely organically as a band here. I love the guitar tones and the attack on the chords. The bass line is smooth and memorable, and the drums are perfect, as are the vocals. The middle section is both gorgeous, it sort of comes down and breaks down into a quiet section, gorgeous and terrifying. You tore out your hair, they took out your brain, they found nothing wrong, put it back again. There's a wonderful video on YouTube of them performing this on Countdown, the one with the sort of, once again, the tropical resort background with the traffic lights. Absolutely wonderful. Next up on the album is Safe. Now, here's a song written by Mick that I feel was probably written after the Killer bass line was written, but still, it's a great song. This Safe is actually a song about a home break-in, a home invasion. Housebreaking, get it? The middle section of this is just textbook for a 3-piece. Absolutely superb. And then we move on to the title track of the album, strangely enough, Housebreaking. And this song is not about a break-in or a home invasion at all. No, it's about the sense about how a home breaks up when a relationship dies. We have memorable lyrics, to say the least here. Creepy, paranoid music supports the theme, and there's such a sense of foreboding doom, which is then unleashed in the second half of the chorus. But those lyrics, my God.
I reach across the table as you pour a cup of tea, but you sneer at me. Isn't that good for me? The eggs are too soft and the bacon is raw. Did you cook this breakfast or did you drop it on the floor? Go to work, go to shops, and I'm late. I'll take the car. No, you won't. Yes, I will. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Just creak, house breaking. The roof, it leaks, house breaking. A crack in the wall, house breaking. A crack in my
Talk about an album which is obsessed with the negative. The next track up is called Sad, and as the lyrics suggest, these are the things that we find entertaining. The sadness, the darkness that many of us and many young people sort of gravitate towards when we're young. We look for the darkness, we look for the sad. Well, this is another great song, and the end of the chorus into the instrumental section is absolutely spectacular and delightful. And the look into the darkness of the Australian psyche continues as the band addresses body image and the horrors that it can attend to that. Really important discussion about how we just yearn to be normal, and there's that sense of yearning to be normal and the otherness of this album on the song, Why Can't I Control My Body? And it's such a killer groove, and it's made for dancing, and it sounds good on the album. But check out the live version because it does take this song and music to another level. Absolutely brilliant. And then we finish the album with the song Nerve. And that just about sums it up. We're not going out on a happy note. It's another instrumental which really taps into the nervous system. It strikes a raw note, but it's brilliant nonetheless as it builds and it builds like a King Crimson groove. I mean, something like Fracture or something like that. It's a King Crimson-esque study in endurance and what the psyche can take. So that's Housebreaking. I absolutely love this album. And the only thing that ameliorates my pleasure a little bit is because I know how some of these songs sound live. But it really is a study about being a part of society, but also being on the outside and wanting to fit in when you can't. And ultimately, being an individual. Right. So now we're going to look at and hopefully listen to, fingers crossed we avoid the copyright, to Serious Young Insects performing at the San Miguel Hotel in Cammeray in about 1982. And I recorded this from Triple J, I believe, an alternative radio station in Australia, onto a cassette, transferred it to MP3, and that's what we have today. It's been a treasured thing for me ever since. The songs that we're going to hear, which I really like the sequencing, there are 6 songs. We have Parents Go Mental, Why Can't I Control My Body, a new song called We Were, I Want Cake, sounding awesome. Then a brilliant song that was not on the album called My Position, and we finish with an incendiary take of Faraway Places. Anyway, this has been an absolute pleasure and a joy talking to you about Serious Young Insects today. And of course, remember, if music of any style, shape, or sound gives you pleasure, then who am I to argue with your opinion? My name's Brian, and I hope you've liked this video. And if so, maybe give it a like or even click subscribe. But until next time, hope you're doing really well. Bye now. And let's listen to the Insects live in Cammeray in 1982. Roll that tape. Yeah!
Thing
of Mick's newer songs. It's called We Were.
Catches a bus on Monday.
is I Want Cake. top. We'll see you next time. Good luck.
Playing in Cammeray on Rock-a-Rama, that's Serious Young Insects.